Oh, what's going on, Not So Pro Nation? We are back with another
Let's
Not So Pro video. Let me fix some guys up over here. And geez, you know what? Vince is usually over here, right? Guys, come on, y'all. Just get hyped up, man. I used to drink like energy drinks and stuff like that before the podcast, but now I'm just so excited to have these podcasts each and every week. I'm so hyped up, especially now that we're having two videos each week. Two videos. If you guys don't know about that, every Thursday we are releasing a video. It is not live, but that's where you get all your fantasy advice. Guys, for those of y'all who are joining us that are usually on Facebook and join us switching over to YouTube, we appreciate you making the effort, coming by, being here, listening to us. We appreciate y'all, and we wouldn't be the same without y'all. But welcome back, guys. What do y'all think about week 4 so far?
Exciting again, exhilarating.
Crazy. Good week.
Heartbreaking, right?
Yeah. Heartbreaking for Patriots fans, great for Green Bay fans, good for Seattle fans. There's a reason why I said good instead of great, and very optimistic for Niners fans. You know, you're a little bummed out, you got kicked in the shins, but you know, you're optimistic because there's a lot of things that happened in that game, and there's a lot of things coming. But there's a big week for football. Huge week. We got a huge upset, which we're going to talk about in a little bit, which I don't think anyone saw coming. I was willing to bet my whole life savings on a 7-point spread that I saw for the Las Vegas odds. It was 7-point spread, and I was like, dang, I'm going to make some money off of this. But I was like, you know what? I already had 2 bets, which I lost both of them. I'm not going to bet on this one. So, yeah, that was on me. Maybe next time. But honestly, you guys, I'm super excited. I want to get into the first game, Jaguars against the Bengals. That was the Thursday night game. Guys, I did not expect that game to be so close. Oh my gosh. Bengals win 24 against the Jags 21. I was quite surprised. The Jags hung in there. Well, they were up 14-0 at one point, and the Bengals just said, okay, guys, let's get it together. Let's run it back. What do you think, guys?
That old college rivalry, man. Joe Burrow always has Trevor Lawrence's number. Apparently, he's the only guy that's given him the past 2 losses, other than his NFL losses, of course. But before that, Joe Burrow is the only guy that actually beat him. So, pretty crazy. But yeah, good game for sure. It's good to see some of the future QBs that will be shaping the league once a couple of our guys retire.
Yeah, I thought it was super exciting. Like you said, I didn't see it coming close to it, but it's good to see the Bengals come back and Sam McCall goes, where's your cheesehead, Reed? Reed found the cheese. There it is. Yeah. Good old classic Reed.
Nice. He's all yellow.
All yellow.
Hey, appreciate you being here, Sam. Thanks for joining us on live on YouTube. This is something we're trying to grow, so we do appreciate you being here. Reed, he's always sporting that cheese head. Unfortunately, he's full of cheese. That's why.
It looks good on me, man.
I didn't say it didn't look good. Yeah, you look great, honestly, man. I don't know what you've been doing, but skincare or whatnot, but you look great. You look awesome.
That natural blush, man.
That natural blush, you know, that yellow really complements your eyes. You know what? I need to calm down here.
Yeah.
But what was that?
See, you're making them ink.
I'm making them ink. Oh, yeah. But another thing that happened in that Bengals and Jaguars game, you guys, that is huge for a lot of people, is that Joe Mixon, he's down for the count, you guys. He's out for how long, you might say? He's day-to-day. So don't sweat too much. He is day-to-day. His backup didn't perform like y'all expected. Maybe they should have kept Giovanni Bernard this offseason, but they didn't. In fantasy, should you pick up his backup? I'm not going to talk too much about it, but I say no right now. Sam McCall says, I love what y'all are doing. We love what we do, and we love people joining us and loving it with us. So it's easy for us. It's a pleasure. But yeah, guys, how worried should the Bengals be, or Bengals fans be, that Joe Mixon is injured?
I don't necessarily believe so. I think they're a great team with Joe Burrow as being their leader. So they have a leader in their team that voice to always go to, that one person to always have their back, and that's what Joe Burrow does for that team. So I believe Joe Burrow is able to carry on that team.
Okay, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that Joe Mixon, even if he's like out for this week, whoever they're playing, I can't remember who they're playing this upcoming week, but
Packers.
The Packers. Oh, I mean that's just a tough matchup in itself. Basically, Joe Burrow is gonna have to outshine the Packers cornerbacks and safeties. I know quite a bit of them went down this past week, but I mean he's got studs at receiver, so we'll see. Hey, little Luke.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. So Joe Mixon, hopefully he is day to day. So I hope to see him against the Packers.
I would love to see him. I think it'd be really cool since Joe, and then we have Aaron and Aaron. That'd be really cool to see. What's the better name?
All right, Reed.
AJ. So their backup is Samaji Perine. He was with the Washington team, right, a while back. So he did not perform as he wanted, but maybe he'll find his groove next game if Joe Mixon is unable to perform. Another huge injury is DJ Chark from the Jacksonville Jaguars. Should you worry? Should you not worry? Guys, I don't think you should worry. Their next up, Chenault. He is a very reliable guy. I like him, a big, lengthy guy, and he has quickly become one of the favorite targets for Sunshine. I keep calling him Sunshine because of back in his college days. But Trevor Lawrence. So yeah, I don't think you should worry too much. I don't have all the details on his injury, but hopefully he's all right. Hopefully he comes back soon. Jacksonville Jaguars. The Jets beat you to the punch. Well, next game, we got the Lions against the Bears. Lions, Tigers, and Bears. Oh, my. We got the Bears beating the Lions. Thanks a lot, Lions. I put some money on you this week, and you guys did not perform.
You put money on the Lions?
Hey, man, we've been talking about this podcast, man. They've been playing very physical. They're going against Justin Fields. This is his first, official start. And who knew this guy was going to just be phenomenal? He's 11 for 17 for 209 yards, 0 touchdowns, though. 1 interception, 1 sack, and his passing rating was an 82.7. So that's pretty darn good, man. Hey, shout out for Justin Fields. But it was still announced that if there is a healthy Andy Dalton, he will be starting. Guys, do you agree or disagree?
I agree.
I guess.
Reed is on the other hand. Reed is, if there's talent that is better than the talent at hand, you put the better talent in, right, Reed?
Yeah, I'll have to see when Andy Dalton comes back how Justin Fields is playing. Technically, there's a chance that Dalton plays this next week, but at the end of the day, the Bears are still the Bears.
The Bears is still the Bears. And you know what? I agree with Vince and Gabe 100%. You don't disrespect someone. If someone's injured, they can't lose their job like that. Goes back to Alex Smith and Colin Kaepernick. I felt so bad for Alex Smith. But now that I'm going through it again, my thoughts are changing. Not the way I am, but because of the certain person, which we will get real into that game. Okay, we'll get into that game later on. But yeah, Bears beat out the Lions 24-14. Next up, we got the Browns against the Vikings. A low-scoring game. Browns beat the Vikings 14-7. It was a slugfest. Greg Lopez says, Gabe, your babe. Looks like you're a fan of Gabe. Oh, man. Hey, Greg, how you doing? How you doing in fantasy? Oh, nice talk. We'll see you next time. Probably in a couple of weeks. I love you, Greg. Thanks for being here.
Like you said, that was a low-scoring game. Hey, Nestor, what's going on?
Nestor.
Baker was 15 for 33, no touchdowns, 155 yards. But I think what helped them win was their running game and time of possession. They were 35 minutes time possession, milking out the clock, running the ball hard. And who would have thought? I thought the Brownies were gonna wiping up the field, but it was a close game. But they fought hard and won, so that's all that matters.
Yes, they did. And watching a little bit of the Vikings last week against Seattle, I could kind of feel like, maybe they're not a joke. Maybe they are serious this year. Are they the Packers serious, though? That's what we will see soon. Reed says no. That's a big surprise there. Next up, we got the Texans and oh my gosh, the Bills. They held a grudge or something. It was 40-0. Total zip, blown out of the water. It was disgusting. They had to call a medic. I mean, there's like 5 ambulances there. It was gross. The Texans just they were outperformed. The Bills defense played very well. Davis Mills, another rookie from Stanford, he was 11 for 21, 87 yards, 0 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 3 sacks with a 23.4 passer rating. Is it his fault?
No.
No.
Not.
There was actually 5 turnovers that game.
The Bills were playing extraordinary yesterday, man. I was watching a little bit of that game after halftime when it was 19-0, I believe. And I was like, let's see what this Mills guy is all about. Because, I mean, the week before, he didn't do that bad. So it was like maybe this guy from Stanford has a little bit of skill and he can manipulate the players that he's got there and just like maybe torch the defense just a little bit. But that Bills defense was on fire, man.
Yep, and I'm going to have to swallow my pride here because watching this Bills team go in and wreck some teams 2 weeks in a row, they are the real deal. They're looking freaking awesome. You would think like that 19-0 at half, what Vince was saying, like, oh, they're going to let up. These guys have no freaking mercy. And that's rough. And I hope the Texans, another note, hope the Texans play bad again next week when I go see them. So the Patriots can get a dub.
Oh, wow. That should be fun. Mac Jones against Davis Mills. 2 rookie QBs going at it. That'll be fun to watch. I look forward to that game. Next up, we got the Chiefs and Eagles. Pretty much everyone saw this coming with a banged up Eagles defense. The Chiefs beat them out 42-30. Guys, is Tyreek Hill back?
Oh, dude.
That guy tore it up. I mean, he tore it up. And damn it, Reed, I wish you would have traded me last week.
Yeah.
See, I saw it coming. You're hesitant. And
I kept him on the bench, man. I kept him on the bench.
You kept him on the bench. I wouldn't have, but you did trade me, and he's not mine to keep
you
on
offered
the bench.
me nothing.
I offered you a good trade.
Oh, you did it. That was my first round pick.
Hold on. Ding, ding. Go ahead. Go for it, boys.
Okay, the only example that I want to give out here is that, okay, you're playing Jenga, right? You guys know the Jenga, the little brick game? You want to win, so you risk it all. You go in the bottom where it's sturdy. You keep on tapping it to see if something comes out. If it wiggles out, your chances of winning, because the next guy has to move something, is a lot higher. So that's what I'm doing. I'm going to your sturdy players, and I'm tapping it out. I'm trying to see if you're going to budge on anything. And if you don't, hey, that's okay. That's all right. That's all right.
Yeah.
Right there, baby. Right there. I set the bar. That's my argument.
I got to give one to AJ. That was a good example. And
he loved it too.
Good.
Thank you.
Oh, goodness.
Hey, I mean, what can I say?
AJ soccer continues. Who will win next week?
Thank you. I win again. I mean, no.
You didn't win the trade, so.
You forfeited. I win.
Oh.
What'd you say?
You didn't win the trade, so.
No, but I'm winning the league right now. Okay, guys. Yeah, that's right. If you guys want some fantasy advice, we will go not live, but we're posting up a video on Thursday. Huge shout out to JL Longoria. That's Joseph Longoria on Twitter. He shouted us out for giving him some great fantasy advice and helping him win in his league against his number 1 opponent. So, hey, thank you so much for watching us. Thank you for taking our advice and trusting in us. This guy, he didn't just draft the players that we suggested. He started them that week. There's 2 players that we suggested. He drafted those 2 players. He started those 2 players, and they really performed for him. So thank you for taking the time and listening to us. Huge shout out to you, Joseph Longoria. He was actually our first giveaway too, right?
Yeah.
Gift card.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A card.
Okay. Okay. Next one, we got the Seattle Seahawks against the San Francisco 49ers.
Ooh.
Seattle wins 28-21. The way that game played out, that score shouldn't have been that close. Right off the bat, warming up, our starting kicker, Robbie Gold, he gets
Oh,
injured. He's out for the game. That cost us a total of 4 points confirmed. I know, and Vincent is shaking his head, not because he does it. I'm not doing excuses. It's just he drafted him right before the game on fantasy. He's not actually hurt though. I gave him a call before the game and I said, "Hey man, my friend, he just drafted you. I need you to,
Yeah, man. I put a little bit too much trust in some of my friends' kickers. At first, I had the Patriots kicker, and he was like questionable all week. And so I was like, you know what? Let me go with like a guy who's like consistent. It's gonna be a slugfest it's always a slugfest when we have an NFC West matchup. So I'm like, field goals are very possible here. So I was like, let me get Gold because he's the only guy out there who's probably gonna knock some field goals in. And
yeah, he was supposed to have 7 points.
yeah, man. Apparently he's like, oh, my hamstring.
At this point, you guys, I am not surprised. I am totally used to it. We had a couple other key injuries in that game as well, such as Dunlap. He went down twice. That's a big hit for Seattle. In my eyes, I feel like he's an outstanding player, great for that defense. And also, big surprise, Jimmy G gets hurt with a calf strain. Says it felt like someone stepped on it, but he doesn't believe someone stepped on it. But what really ticks me off is that you have a divisional game and your team is playing lights out, struggle through injuries, and this guy's in the sideline smiling. Dude, what are you doing? If it was Dak Prescott out there, if it was Aaron Rodgers out there, if it was anyone else out there, they'll look so frustrated wanting to get back into that game. What are you doing in that sideline smiling? I understand he's good looking and he likes to smile for the camera.
I was about to say that.
Thank you. Yeah, I got you.
He's too pretty for all that stuff, man.
He's too pretty. I don't care about prettiness. I care about the heart, man. Trey Lance, people might bash on him. He was 9 for 18, 50%, 157 yards, mainly because of busted coverage, 2 touchdowns, 1 sack, 0 interceptions, 117 passer rating. Guys,
yeah, man, he played good. I'm not gonna lie. I'm kind of scared for the future. He's gonna be a baller. He was rushing all over us. He was scrambling in the pocket like a pro. I think we only sacked him. I don't even think we sacked him. Yeah, 1 sack.
It counted as a sack.
But he was on a scramble already. So I mean,
he was. See, that's the difference between him and Jimmy G. He was able to get out of there, and that's because Trent Williams, the number 1 left tackle in the whole NFL, went out on an injury as well. So there's a lot of injuries there. But I really liked how he performed. He went in. He was red hot. He looked real nervous. He had 3 horrible throws. I mean, horrible throws. But you could tell at the end he started settling in. He felt a little more comfortable. He was hitting his throws. He was scrambling. He was getting out of a busted offensive line. I like where we are going. Jimmy G, he is predicted to be out for the next 3 weeks or so. So we will see Trey Lance again, and I'm very happy because in 2 weeks we got a bye week, so he could develop more. Elijah Mitchell will be coming back. Jeff Wilson Jr. will be coming back. Hint, hint, fantasy users. But that's the main reason why I have this Funko Pop. I was very, very sad that no one asked me why I have this guy here. This guy, his name is Steve Young. You guys might know him. He backed up Joe Montana for so many years, and he stayed there. He had a chance to go with the Green Bay Packers. Said no, stayed with San Fran. You know how it worked out. I'm hoping that's the next story. Hoping. But next game we got the Bucks. No, next game we got Steelers and Packers. Reed's game right here.
Go ahead, Reed. Take it away.
So there's a lot of takeaways from this thing, but the biggest one I'll save for last, and it's a bad one. Good takeaways. Aaron Rodgers at age 37. He's faster than TJ Watt. Pretty good. Vintage Cobb is back. That's exciting. Vintage Cobb is back. And then, hey, Vintage Cobb is back, man. Let me live a little. And then defense looking pretty good. We only allowed 17 points, and one of the last 7 was in garbage time. But the biggest takeaway, and it's a bad one, was Jair Alexander going down, our best cornerback. We don't have a definite answer on how long or what exactly his injury is, We'll find out tomorrow, most likely. But someone did get a picture of him in his arm in a sling. So what you can gather for that is like at least a month plus. He's going to be out.
Out for the year. He's done.
No, hopefully not. But if that is true, I mean, our best cornerback right now will be our Stokes, not King. King is out still too. He's out. So Stokes, our first rounder, who's played very well, will be our best corner. So it's a little scary. We'll see how our defense adjusts to that, but really scary right now going into the future for the Packers.
You know what? If the Niners can do it, you can do it too.
I don't want to do it. I don't want to. I want Jair back.
No, that's too bad to sad. Bucks, Pats, Sunday Night Football. We got Tom Brady coming back to Foxborough. I heard what Bill Belichick after the game stayed in the locker room with Tom Brady for like 2 minutes.
Probably kissing.
Said that's all he needed, something like that.
Probably begging for him to come back.
Saying he's sorry.
I was he'd be begging him.
No, but that was a lot closer game than anyone would have expected. It was 19 Bucks, Pats 17. I got to give it to you, man. Mac Jones, he played. He was 31 for 40, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 4 sacks with 101 passer rating. Wow. Really impressed by Mac Jones. You could tell he's settling into that team. He's getting comfortable, and he's getting comfortable, especially with his wide receiver called Jacoby Myers that I mentioned in our last video. If you guys did not see that, link will be at the top right. Just kidding. I'm not that advanced yet. But yeah, no, the Patriots look really good. You should be really excited. I'm excited for the Patriots.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I think we found our identity this game, even though with the loss. In the beginning of the season, I said the Patriots are looking like they're going to be a run first team, somewhat like the Niners. We had 4 running backs on our depth chart, but with White out for the year and with Mac Jones throwing really good, even in the rain, it looks like we're going to be a pass first. We used our tight ends, Gianno Smith and Henry scored, which I would never thought in a million years they would be scoring. But it looks good. I think we found our identity, like I said. And it's exciting. Our defense kind of finally stepped up a bit. They did not have Gronk, so that was a huge advantage in the red zone. So, it was a great game, and I'm excited. I thought it was awesome. I was so pumped for this game. You have no clue. And I'm excited. Good to see him this week.
Nice.
Yeah, man, Mac Jones is good. I just want to add one comment on him. I know you said he went 31 for 40. I want to talk about there was a stint there where he went for 19 straight pass completions. Sorry. 19 completions in a row. That's insane.
And the big talk is he's the best. He's the best rookie quarterback right now.
Oh yeah, he's the what's it called, rookie of the year for sure. In my eyes right now, he's been doing the best.
So far.
Oh, I did that.
Yeah, so far. He's got a long way to go.
We got a long season still.
Yeah, he has some competition. You know why?
You got Wilson.
Zach Wilson, baby. He came out.
Good.
He went up against the Titans, the big old bad Titans, and he said, I know what you saw. I know you see our record. I know I look like a Disney character. I don't care what you say. He came out there and he freaking burned them Jets, dog. It was 27-24. They went into overtime. Zach Wilson, he played amazing. Well, I wouldn't say amazing. He played great. He was 21 for 34, 297 yards, almost a 300-yard game, even though it was overtime. 2 touchdowns, 1 interception, 1 sack, 97 passer rating. Guys, if you take away the interceptions, if you get Zach Wilson more comfortable, is this the team that we're going to see all season?
I believe so. Like what you said, I have to agree with this one as much as I hate to, because he did lower the turnovers. He only threw 1, and he went and he was driving down and he was getting really comfortable, and he beat a pretty good Titan team. The Titans are no joke.
Their defense isn't much though.
Yeah, but the Titans are just dogs. They just play like that. So this Zach Wilson, he does botch some throws that he needs to cover up and fix up, which is what rookies do. But I have to agree with you, AJ, there.
Thank you.
One thing that's gonna determine his success. Sorry, Reed. Jamison Crowder. He came back from injury. He was one of his most favorite targets. And yeah, it was an embarrassing loss for sure. I'm not too sure if Greg is a Titans fan, but
Yes.
I watch a YouTuber and he predicted that the Jets were gonna get smoked, and now he's gonna catch some fire for that too. So
Well, yeah, he better because NSP didn't say that.
yeah. But yeah, anyways, yeah, the Titans D is trash. Sam McCall, you are right. Even I'm not just too sure, man. The Jets defense has to play like they did this past game because they pretty much shut down that offense for quite a while, and that's how they got into overtime. So it was pretty good. I like that game.
All I have to say is what you saw this past Sunday is the Zach Wilson we will see in the future. You got a glimpse of it. This season, the original question, you're going to see back and forth. We'll maybe see this another 2 or 3 times in the season. But the season overall, he's still learning. He's definitely not at that level yet. I think if the Jets will stick with him in the long haul, we can see this Zach Wilson on a week-to-week basis.
Preach. I like it. Okay.
I sure hope so. And if you're a Titans fan, I mean, you can't put the excuse that, I mean, your defense weren't all that great, but it's a low-scoring game because you're out A.J. Brown, you're out Julio Jones. I took a risk. I put in Fursker, the tight end from Tennessee. Did not perform. Very disappointed. Is Tannehill a good quarterback without elite weapons?
Nope. He relies a lot on Derrick Henry, and when Derrick Henry can't get it going, that team is a dud.
Sad, but hopefully, let's see if they can figure something out. Okay, I'm still riding on that Titan train for a little bit, but I'm a bigger on that Jets train too. So next up, we got the Colts and the Fins, another game that I betted on. Colts beat out the Dolphins 27-17. I had a little trust into Jacoby Brissett. I was horribly wrong. You had Carson Wentz playing in a wheelchair. But
Carson Wentz, talk about a guy that is literally playing on like plastic ankles, goes out there 24-32, 228 yards, 2 touchdowns, and their defense only allowed 35 yards on the ground. And then on top of that, 37 minutes of time of possession. Way to run the clock and just beat these guys. Really physical. And yeah, man. Whenever I think of Carson Wentz, I think of that SpongeBob episode where the guy's in a big cab.
Yeah.
He's like, hey,
Mr. Glass.
Yeah, so great win.
That's Raheem Mostert. Okay, so we got the Washington football team against the Atlanta Falcons. That was a close game, but football team came out with the win, 34-30. And man, we had a lot of fantasy points that game, huh? Terry McLaurin,
30 points.
30 points. In the Falcons side as well. What do we talk about? Cordell, he had a
32 or 34
in a 30-point range again. Guys, I mean, these guys were battling it out. They were like around the same level, and they were just like, we both have to get a win. Yeah.
Back and forth. Boom. Who's going to make the next big play? Who's going to make the next big play? Who's going to get a stop?
Matty Ice looked good for a while.
Matty Ice looked great. He had 4 touchdowns, 283 yards. And then Scary Terry, like you were saying, AJ, 6 receptions, 123 yards, and 2 touchdowns. And then Heineke as well, 23-33, 290 with 3 touchdowns. What a slugfest. That's a good game right there.
Yeah, great game. Before we move on to the next game, I just want to say thank you again for everyone who's joined us on YouTube. Right now, Facebook is having an outage. So if you guys are transferring from over there to here, appreciate y'all being here. We are releasing 2 videos a week, a live video every Monday, and then we have a pre-recorded video coming out every Thursday with some fantasy advice and a pregame for the Thursday night football. So I hope you can see you guys there. So next up, we got the Giants and Saints. Guys, the Saints lost to the Giants 27-21. What Jameis are we getting? We got a decent one. He wasn't that bad. He was 17 for 23, 226 yards, 1 touchdown, 0 interceptions, 0 sacks, 119 passer rating.
But in the first half, he was irrelevant. He came out in the second half. I don't know what Sean Payton said to him or what the game plan was coming out of there, but in that first half, we didn't know what was happening to the Saints. I think they had a big goose egg. I'm not too sure. I forgot what the halftime score was, but they had 0 points for quite a while.
Yeah.
Inconsistency. Like Robert Saleh, the head coach for the New York Jets, I think he said this past week, consistency is the greatest success for a football team. I believe that's what he said. Don't quote me on that one.
It was
But it was
good
amongst those
seeing.
lines.
It was good seeing. Sorry, excuse me. It was good seeing Daniel Jones out there finally getting the ball in the end zone. 2 touchdowns, 402 yards, 28-40, 1 interception. That's good to see. He had been, I think, 2 games touchdown less. So it's good to see him throw some out there, or 1 game, excuse me.
Yeah, he's been more of a rushing quarterback because he's got to scramble behind that line, man.
Yes, he does.
Saquon Barkley's making a comeback though. So if you got him or you have someone that's not playing him, trade for that guy because that guy is on a comeback. Somehow that line is doing just well enough to where this guy is getting the space that he needs to make his moves. So
he had a 30-plus point game.
Mm-hmm.
What a game. So good job for you Saquon Barkley owners. Good job for y'all who traded for him. Just kind of like how we suggested earlier. But hey, man, Saquon, he's back. You know who else is back? Dem Boyz. That's right.
Awesome.
Gabe, do it, Gabe. Do it.
All right, you guys ready? Let me hear your Cowboys. How about them Cowboys, baby? Yeah. We never have Cowboys here. I'm kidding. We do. We have a pretty good Cowboy fan base, I would say. You know, the Cowboys. It was like what? It's a pretty good sign.
Hey, Dem Boyz are back, baby.
They're back.
And for those of y'all who are drafted or traded for Zeke Elliott, dude, that guy looked pretty darn solid. He looked like the freaking running back of the year. Man, that guy looked good. He was finding them holes. He was making gaps, making pathways. I mean, their whole team was just on point. Finally, Amari Cooper did something good for me in fantasy. Instead of just getting 5 points, I tried to get rid of him. I couldn't. No one wanted him. He's still on the trading block.
It's
but
good to see them back.
It's good to see them back. But is this the real deal, though? We're not bashing on the Cowboys because I like the Panthers. I like Sam Darnold. I wouldn't say like the Panthers. I like Sam Darnold. They were 3-0. Going up against a very strong Cowboys team. From the start, I knew that Cowboy team was stronger than the Carolina Panthers. But going forward, can we see the Cowboys putting the same results onto strong teams? Let's say like the Packers, like the Cardinals. I was going to say the Rams, but I still think the Rams are up there as well. But can we see the Cowboys do that to teams like that?
There is. I know what you mean, and you might have it might happen because the Cowboys were winning that game. You know, they were up by 3 touchdowns or so, and they kind of put starting to the game's gone. And the Panthers started to score. They're making big plays, big throws down the middle to Moore. He had a great game. So if the Cowboys just need to keep their foot on the pedal, do not let these teams have not even a slither of a chance to do that kind of stuff. But if the defense plays good, like Diggs, 2 interceptions, 5 interceptions on the year, and Dak keeps throwing really good. He's leads the league in completions. Percentage, 75%. So they need to keep their foot on the pedal so that stuff doesn't happen like you said, AJ.
Yeah, but now going to the Carolina side of things, is this the downfall of Carolina?
Reed, what do you think?
I don't know about the downfall. I think they have a lot to learn and grow from this game. But as long as they do it right, they should be able to continue their success. How much success, I can't really say right now, but they should really just be a little stumble in their season.
Yeah, man. I had a lot of faith in Chuba Hubbard, but he went against a great D-line. I swear, those guys were in every gap, every play. I don't know how Sam Darnold made it out alive. I don't know how he had such a great game. It's probably in those whack minutes at the end in the fourth quarter where he got most of his points. But yeah, man, the Cowboys are the real deal. That defense is really good. And if Zeke can rush like he did this past game, I think he had 152 yards rushing. It's pretty great. But But yeah, man, if they can keep up that rushing, those rushing yards, and keep those high up in the numbers, and that defense plays the way it does and locks down those main receivers, Diggs is amazing. I can't stress that enough. That guy is probably the best guy that came out of the draft this year, honestly. But yeah, that team is good. I'm not saying they're going to be the Super Bowl champs, but they are definitely contending for that spot. And don't forget about Washington football team. That's all I'm going to say. Cowboys are good, but so is the Washington football team, and they showed it this week. Both of them did.
I think it's good for them to have that loss, to get them a little humbled up, back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity. Next week, they got the Eagles. That should be a good game for the Panthers. Next up, you guys, we have the Cardinals against the Rams. A huge game that people want to watch, a game that I thought the Rams were going to take away, but the Cardinals flew high on it. They won 37-20. Now everyone's saying, are the Cardinals the best team in the NFL? I'll tell you one thing. No, they're not. Are they one of the most talented teams in the NFL? Yes, they are. But as crowning them the best team in the NFL, Reed, don't look at me like that. Answer that question for me. Are they the best team in the NFL?
I don't know about the best team, but they're definitely looking like it.
They're looking like they're one of the most talented teams. Like I said, Gabe, go ahead.
It's week 4. I'm not going to call it.
Ding, go ahead, Reed. Go for it. Let me hear it.
It's week 4. I'm not going to put a crown on them and say they're the best team, but they're definitely looking like it. Especially, I haven't been able to watch the film yet because I've been busy. But putting that much points up against a really good Rams team and winning it by that much, I'm very impressed by the Cardinals.
Very impressed by the Cardinals. Sam says, give me hope. LOL. He's talking about the Darnold over Herbert this week. Darnold, how many points did he get? He got like close to 30, right?
20s. Yeah, I think it was like mid-20s.
If you know Justin Herbert, you know he's a fighter, and you know this is a good team, so you know the Raiders aren't going to give up just as much. So expect a high-scoring game. It's going to be back and forth. I do expect Herbert to have a great game, so you should not worry. Don't worry. By halftime, it will be lime time, if you know what I'm talking about. So I wouldn't be scared. Have faith in Herbert. He's a great quarterback, and he will put up some points, hopefully with some Mike Williams in there. I just need 5 points to win this week. Greg Lopez says, are the Cardinals for real? They are for real. They're an NFC West team. Of course, they're for real. They're with the Niners, Seattle, Rams. They're all for real, I still believe. But things are just not working out as we planned. We still thought that they were all going to have great records, but it's just a little different now. Cardinals, they're just a stacked team. They're very fast paced. What I feel like what happened, they were too fast for the Rams. The Rams are a great team. They like to set up, but I mean, these organizations have been playing against each other for a long time, and it's been pretty much the same scheme, especially with Seattle. It's Russell Wilson time. The Rams, you had it for the past 5 years or so. Cardinals, you got I hate the coaching staff over there in Cardinals, but they're smart guys. They're all there for a reason. But I mean, as far as Cardinals, Rams, Seattle, Niners, I know some of y'all saying you should consider the Niners in there anymore, but I'm not completely counting us out. I still think if we play our cards right, we'll still be a playoff caliber team. Okay, emphasize on playoff caliber team. But it'll be a fight, a lot harder than it is for other teams. Next week should be a lot of fun. We're going to see teams like Seattle against LA Rams. You're going to see the Niners against the Cardinals. So you're going to go division fights again.
That's rough, man.
Sam says, heard. Hope you feel better, Sam. He also says, Luke and I say goodbye. See you.
Ladies, guys.
See you, Sam. See you, Luke. Thank you for joining us today. And guys, again, if you guys are from Facebook and you guys switching over to YouTube, thank you. Please consider hitting that subscribe button. It would help us out tremendously. For anyone who's new, let us know. Just like that, you just gotta hit it in
and then ring the bell.
Ring the bell like that Jenga.
Yeah.
You gotta tap it in. Okay, you guys. But guys, I watch ESPN. I watch NFL Network all day long. Okay, and it's getting bad. Okay, it is getting bad. I'm watching this fantasy football.
It's the season,
deal.
man. Nobody knows what to say anymore. Everything's going whack.
Yeah.
Right, everything is going whack. They're talking about fantasy football, and they're just talking out of their you know where, man. Guys,
Like the show,
listen for
Loki.
Thursday. I told Joseph Langoria, I said, hey man, Thursday a video is coming out. I want you to watch it. You're not going to regret it. He watched it. He didn't regret it. Same thing with Benny Benavides. He watched the whole video. He made some moves. He needs 30 points today to beat me. So let's see if that happens. But guys, thank y'all so much for being here. We do
Wait.
appreciate all of y'all. Go ahead, Reed.
We're gonna do game
Game,
predictions.
the game tonight.
Come on, host.
I was kind of trying to avoid it because, I have one loss and this game's going to be tight. But go ahead. Go ahead.
All right,
Go ahead.
I think I started off every single week.
There you go, Reed.
We got Raiders versus Chargers. I think the Raiders' reign ends tonight. I got the Chargers 24-17.
Oh my god! Really, that's your best one.
What
Right?
is that?
It's a
It's a
Charger.
Charger.
Oh my gosh.
Reed, you win. You win.
I win?
You got a point right
Let's
there.
go.
That was pretty darn good.
That was creative, Reed. I like
Thank
it.
you. Thank you.
All right, who's next? I got mine ready. You guys need some time?
I got it right here. Go for it.
All right, so we'll give AJ some time, so I'll talk a little bit. I think the Chargers are a great team. I think the Raiders are a great team. Both quarterbacks have been putting up numbers. Derek Carr has been extraordinary. I think he's got like 1,600 passing yards already, and that's because he hasn't even played his fourth game. This guy is going insane. But anyways, I got the Chargers winning today, 31-27. Sorry, Gruden. Sorry, Carr. Sorry, Darren Waller. I hope y'all put a bunch of points up so I can win in one of my fantasies. And I hope Mike Williams doesn't get 5 points. But we'll see what happens because he's been averaging so many points. And I have no faith in winning that league against AJ. So, but yeah. Gabe, what you think?
Awesome. I hope Mike Williams doesn't have a good game. I need Eckler to have a great game so I can beat you.
Yeah.
And, shout out to these guys. You guys should really listen to these guys on Thursday. Benny says, thank you for helping me out on fantasy. And I have to say thank you to you two as well. I have taken a lot of advice from these guys as well. But how about you, Raiders? I've been on the bandwagon a little bit. But I've been charging and bolting up with them bolts. I predicted they would win last week against the Chiefs. Got some money off of that. I bet Mondo this game too. Gonna win some money on that. So I got the Chargers bolt up, baby. 2014. Let's hear it.
Heck yeah, boy.
Hey, you betted Benny this game, okay?
Oh, Benny, there you go.
Yeah,
Easy
you
money
betted
again.
Benny this game. I like your idea, dude. I'm a huge fan of the Raiders. You guys know I'm a Derek Carr type of guy. I feel like it's going to come down to the wire. I would not be surprised if we hit a little overtime, but I feel like it could go any way. I just think one team is a little bit stronger than the other, but I think the other team has more heart than the other. But I'm going to go with the stronger one in this case. I got bolts up, you guys, just like Gabe was saying. I got 34-27 Chargers. Yeah, I think it's going to be a high-scoring game, especially for Sam. He should be happy that Herbert's in. And I just need Mike Williams to get that 5 points. Come on, Mike. I believe in you. Good luck out there. Good luck out there, you guys. Thank you all for watching. We had 100%. I think we're at 100% because right now I know Twitter's having complications with StreamYards, what we're using to show us live viewers. But as of right now, we're doing great for YouTube. I appreciate every single one of y'all joining us on YouTube. And like I said, if you have time, if you feel like you're being nice today, hit that subscribe button. It helps us out tremendously. And also what Reed said, hit that bell as well if you got a symbiote in you. Shout out to that Venom movie.
I'm watching it tomorrow.
Watching it tomorrow?
Yeah.
Dude, Anakin Skywalker dies. Okay, guys. Thank you all so much for being here. And until next time, you guys, remember, ask us questions. We're going to be recording tonight for fantasy for our video on Thursday. Ask us questions between the game or during the game or throughout the week. We'll answer it live. Okay, you guys? Wait for Thursday. We got a brand new video coming out. See you all till then. Till next time, you guys, keep on grinding.